One day there was a sudden and powerful earthquake that shook the earth so badly that the ground split open. In one area, a huge sinkhole appeared, and inside it, the skeletons of 3 people were discovered. What shocked everyone even more was that, when their DNA was tested, it matched perfectly, 100%, with 3 people who were still alive and working in the same area. This raised a big, confusing question. How is this possible? Did these people travel through time for some secret mission and die in the past? Or is there a hidden truth that could turn the whole world upside down? That morning, the earthquake hit a nature reserve with full force. Yoel, who was the director of the reserve and also lived nearby, acted fast. He rushed to his son Neum's room, grabbed him, and quickly took him outside to safety. The earthquake didn't last long, but it was so strong that it stripped away all the soil from a nearby patch of ground, exposing 3 buried human skeletons. As soon as the authorities found out about the skeletons, Detective Chaba and Gabriel hurried to the site to start their investigation. Meanwhile, Yoel took Neum home, trying to calm him down and get him ready for school. At home, all Neum wanted was to finally see a picture of his mother. His mother had died the day he was born, and Yoel had never shown Neum any photos of her, no matter how much Neum asked. But this time, Neum begged him so much that Yoel finally agreed to show the photo. Just as he was about to do it, Detective Chaba called and asked Yoel to come to the excavation site immediately. Meanwhile, the earthquake had also badly damaged the city jail. Inside, a prisoner named Abigail was hurt, but instead of worrying about herself, she started helping the injured prison guards and helped them escape the damaged jail. At the same time, a man named Cole arrived at the site of the sinkhole, but the police stopped him from entering. Suddenly, Detective Chaba recognized him. Years ago, when Yoel's wife died in a terrible accident, Chaba was the detective in charge of the case. Elsewhere, in a nearby town, a famous mentalist named Nico was holding a public session where he would read people's minds. During the session, a girl named Karen came up on stage to have her mind read. As Nico began, he suddenly saw frightening visions. He saw himself shooting Karen and then carrying her body away, wrapped in a cloth. Struggling to hide his shock and fear, Nico managed to end the session without telling anyone about what he had seen. At the jail, Abigail's lawyer comes to visit her. Abigail is accused of killing a man. She claims the man was trying to hurt her, but nobody believes her. People question her story because, on the day of the murder, she looks happy with the man in some photos. If he was truly a threat, why would she look happy with him? Meanwhile, scientists in the lab study the skeletons found in the sinkhole. They discover that 2 are men and 1 is a woman. All 3 were shot in the back of the head, and there are strange marks on their skulls, like the bullet exploded inside their brains. Detective Chaba finds this very strange because no bullets like that have ever been made. While examining the skeletons, Chaba notices a wedding ring in the stomach of one skeleton. When they inspect the ring, they see the names Yoel and Hila, his late wife, engraved on it, along with some numbers. Chaba starts to wonder what Yoel's connection is to these mysterious deaths. The case is becoming more confusing. Unaware of all this, Yoel goes to pick up his son Neum from school. Neum's teacher suggests that Yoel should take Neum to visit his mother's grave, since Neum misses her so much. Yoel agrees. But when they get home, Yoel gets a call from Chaba, asking him to come to the police station. At the police station, Chaba questions Yoel about the wedding ring. Yoel says that after Hila died, he took off his ring and never saw it again. After saying this, Yoel leaves for home. After Yoel leaves, Gabriel checks Yoel's records and discovers that after Hila's death, Yoel struggled with his mental health and spent a long time in a psychiatric hospital. Back at home, Yoel searches everywhere for his wedding ring, but can't find it. For now, he takes Neum to visit Hila's grave. When they arrive, Yoel is shocked to see that the grave number matches the number engraved on the ring found inside the skeleton. Curious, he checks behind Hila's grave and finds a small hidden compartment with a hard drive inside. He takes the hard drive home with him. After the mind-reading session, Karen takes Nico out for coffee. She wants to ask him why he was acting so strangely. Nico doesn't tell her anything about what happened during the session, but after they talk for a while, he takes her to his house and they become intimate. Meanwhile, Abigail suddenly realizes that the skeletons in the ground must have been discovered by now. She secretly calls someone to let them know about this, which shows that Abigail already knew about those skeletons and was hiding something important. At the forensic lab, the team finds an iron plate attached to the leg bone of the woman's skeleton with a serial number engraved on it. Using this serial number, they identify whose skeleton it is. Detective Chaba is completely shocked to learn that the skeleton belongs to Abigail, the same Abigail who is still alive in prison. No one can explain how a living person's skeleton ended up buried in the ground. Soon, the forensic results come back for the other two skeletons as well. Chaba is even more stunned. One skeleton belongs to Nico, the psychiatrist, who is also alive, and the other belongs to Yoel himself. At the same time, Yoel plugs the hard drive into his laptop. He finds a video of himself on it, repeatedly saying that he isn't crazy. Yoel doesn't remember ever recording this video. He goes to talk to a woman about it, and after watching the video, video, she reminds Yoel that he used to work in a theater a long time ago. The video might be from there. Yoel recognizes the place, but he's certain he never made that video. Still, the woman encourages him to visit the theater, and he agrees. On the way to the theater, Yoel starts remembering the past, the day Hila's water broke. He was rushing to take her to the hospital when suddenly another car appeared and they crashed. Yoel was knocked unconscious, and the police only found them at night. By then, Hila had died. But strangely, Neom was found alive in the wreckage, completely unharmed. It was almost like someone had delivered Hila's baby and then disappeared. Now in the present, Gabriel looks at all the evidence and quickly forms a team to solve the mystery of the skeletons. At the same time, Chaba calls Nico and asks him to come to the police station so they can take his DNA and compare it with the DNA from the skeleton. Nico is at home with Karen when he gets the call. He tells Karen about the strange visions he's been having. Karen thinks he's just imagining things and tells him not to worry about it. Meanwhile, Abigail calls a man named Adam to talk about the skeletons. Adam reassures her and tells her not to worry about anything. Elsewhere, Yoel goes to the theater and watches an old movie. While he's there, he notices a man watching him suspiciously. Yoel follows the man, but when he catches up, a police officer mistakes Yoel for a thief and makes him let the man go. By the time the police realize who Yoel is and release him, the mysterious man has already run away. Later that day, Neom goes outside to play. He sees a woman sitting on a chair. It's Hila, his mother. Hila looks shocked to see Neom, and Neom doesn't recognize her at all. In a hospital in the city, a man named Alan sits with his wife Naomi next to their daughter Ella, who has been in a coma for a long time. Naomi is heartbroken and wants to remove Ella's life support, but Alan refuses. Alan owns a big tech company and is willing to do anything to save his daughter. He asks his assistant to find someone who can help bring Ella back to health, no matter the cost. After some time, Alan returns to his daughter Ella's hospital room and thinks he sees her finger move. He calls the doctor, but the doctor checks all the machines and says there was no sign of movement. The doctor apologizes to Alan and leaves. Meanwhile, Gabriel learns more about the strange bullets found with the skeletons. He discovers that this type of bullet is still in development and only a prototype exists. This new information shocks him. Gabriel then calls Yoel to the police station to take another DNA sample and sends him home afterward. When Yoel gets home, Neom is very upset and tells his father about seeing a woman in the garden. Yoel thinks Neom is just making up stories to see his mother's photo again. But this time, Yoel shows Neom old videos of Hila, his late wife. Neom is stunned, recognizing the woman he saw as his mother. Still, Yoel doesn't believe him and starts searching for his wedding ring once more. This time, he finds the ring in the bathroom cabinet and feels a bit of relief. Chaba then discovers that the DNA from Yoel and Nico only matches 80% with the skeletons. To understand this, she goes to talk with a biology professor. He explains that such a match can only happen in rare cases, like with twins. He also mentions a case involving his old friend, Yaqub Suleimani. Yaqub's fingerprints were found at a murder scene, but Yaqub insisted he had never been there. Hearing this, Chaba and Gabriel decide to meet Yaqub for more answers. Elsewhere in the city, a group of masked people enters a building and sends a couple into a room. The couple takes off their masks, confesses their love, and then shoots themselves. When the police arrive, the bodies have vanished. After checking the CCTV footage, the police are shocked to see that after the couple shot each other, their bodies seem to move in reverse, as if time was running backward for them. Early in the morning, Neom wakes up and remembers that his teacher was taking the class on a school trip today. But because Neom overslept, he missed going with everyone else. He tells Yoel, who quickly drives him to the picnic spot to catch up with his classmates. While they're on the way, Neom tells Yoel about a girl named Ella. Neom has never met her, but he's been having dreams about her being trapped in darkness. Yoel tells Neom not to worry about such dreams and drops him off with his classmates before leaving. Coincidentally, Nico and Karen are also visiting the picnic spot. When Nico sees Neom, he feels a strange connection, as if he already knows him, but he doesn't tell Karen about it and just sits nearby with her. Meanwhile, Alan and Naomi are talking with the doctor about their daughter Ella. They remember the day Ella suddenly fainted while playing the flute, which put her into a coma. At the same time, Abigail's lawyer finds out that a skeleton with matching DNA to Abigail has been discovered. Using this information in court, he is able to get Abigail released from jail. Chaba and Gabriel continue discussing Yoel. They talk about how, 9 years ago, after Yoel's car accident, he claimed another car was involved. But when police investigated, there was no evidence of a second car, no tire marks, no broken car parts, nothing. Gabriel finds this very odd because if there really had been another car in the accident, there should have been some trace left behind. After a while, Chaba leaves to go meet Jacob. Meanwhile, Yoel arrives at the police station. At the same time, Abigail is also coming out of jail. When she sees Yoel, she stares at him in a strange way.